Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're doing a little video on week 3 strikers. I thought it'd be quite interesting to go over the champions at large. In this particular week 3 strikers, it's all about Hulk. Hulk comes out of nowhere and Hulk smash! He does not pass, he smashes, and he's smashing up everybody. There's been some really cool interaction. In particular, there's some nice clip footage that I'm going to showcase in a moment that has him with Falcon getting crits that are just incredibly meaty, that honestly would just make anybody just incredibly satisfied to see. But this week is all about, you know, having a little bit of fun. It's always the case of, like, we always have fun. Also, I've noticed that with anything that's persistent based, as a lot of you know, with the current issues at the moment with strikers and persistent based champions, if you end on a striker hit, so, you know, just the last 1 HP is a striker killing it down, you do not get the persistent charge that you need. So Cat Marvel movie may not get her kind of persistent charges. It's definitely worked out for me the same way with kind of like pre-fights, cross-fights, and the like of that. So it could be a case that if you have Human Torch, for example, or, you know, I had an example of Mr. Fantastic, that I wouldn't register the win, which then means I can't top up my debuffs for the next time that I use them. So that's just something to mention if you're indeed concerned. The same thing I think, like, you know, Apocalypse or anything else. But hey, you do what you're going to use. Now, the great thing about the element of this striker this week is that he puts on a little bit of a weakness debuff. Can be very helpful in certain areas, especially with doing basic damage. I mean, on this route right here, we have Weak Link, which is every time you get weakness on and you hit with basic hits, you do more damage. It's very, very nice. It do be very nice. Now, it's up to you, like, what you want to use. I personally use Cap America with a science-based champion on the team, and I was doing a lot more weaknesses. But in any case, I've done enough talking, and I want to get straight into showcasing some footage. So let's indeed showcase some footage. Right, so let's go right off the bat using a little bit of a Nick Fury. Now, I've got to be honest, I think I use like Nick Fury to like clear the entirety of paths and quests. And I was just thinking to myself, well, this is kind of chill. I don't really need to do anything against Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham, I could have gone into my phase 2 and I just done a little bit of bleed damage, and it's literally did everything that I need to do in order to smack down the enemy. Oh, look, got a little precision buff right there. That's nice. That do be nice. Also, I would say anything that's kind of evade-based champions, evade-based blocking or failing champions are usually best. True strike, true accuracy, and anything that's got any abilities. Falcon is the best. But in any case, let's talk about some strikers. So here, right in the fight, and I want to get a striker into action. Good intercept there. Throw the striker. Boom. Big damage. Not so much. Only 2k. But in some cases, that striker, which comes out of nowhere and literally is a meaty gentleman, can do some massive amount of damages, which we're going to see in a moment. I've got to be honest, I like this week's striker a little bit more, mainly because I like the champion. And not to say I've got anything against like the way that, like Wolverine was responding, but I don't know, of the weeks, I like the Unblockable from week 1, and I like this week's Hulk, mainly because I like the character. And yes, I do like Wolverine as a character. I'm just like not a massive fan of kind of like going, okay, well, we got that kind of weird regeneration with this. There's like, you just kind of like throw the champion out into this weakness debuff, rather than having to rely on going, okay, if you end with a 4th hit and throw your striker, you get more regen. That's interesting. But in any case, on to the show. Now, it's just a showcase here. Like, you can see that I've got, this is when things went well, where defeating with my Mr. Fantastic, I then got back, I think it's like 2 or something of the persistent charges. But leading up to this, because that wasn't my first fight of that particular path, I did notice that it wasn't registering on the element there. You can see I got 3 right there from that, but before it didn't. Now this is a showcase of the weakness route, that kind of weak link, which allows you, as soon as you do a weakness, and do some of those lovely little basic attacks, that you're doing some burst damage on the enemy, which is very, very nice. Also, as I said, getting that Hulk come out of nowhere to do your damage is beautiful. Even more so when he does a great amount of damage. And I think it links off of what you're doing at the time, which we'll talk about in a second. Now, timing wise, you can see there, very important, no locked on was on. So note that, no locked on was on. And this is good to kind of like showcase when it was not working and when it is working as to what the striker can potentially do. And I want to say that it's amplified based on that striker rather than anything. But yeah, we're going to see that in action momentarily. And you can use any champion on this. You know, I feel this week is very much less restrictive, and this side event has been fun. Which you can see, well, like 1k there is kind of like it's nothing. But I did have my locked on expired there, which was a thing. But yeah, nice when you got that weakness debuff. You're putting in some damage from that basic hits with the burst damage. And then we've got a little a little bit of Doctor Doom action. Nice to see Doctor Doom kind of be broken out for these things, especially by rank 3 6-star, which I've got a long ass time ago, man. It's been a long ass time since I've had this, but he's honestly one of the greatest champions I've kind of pulled in 2021. I think I'm sure that I'll get some good champions this year, but hey ho, I don't know what's going to be coming to the game this year. Although I have seen plenty of rumors of what's going to be happening, you know, next month. You know, I mean, Kabam haven't even told any of the CCP what champions are coming in next month, let alone any rumors or data mining that Kabam and well, let's hope the new CEO deals with a lot of the kind of the leak side of things. But apart from that, it's always nice to see a Doctor Doom throw an SP3, especially when it's on safeguard route and does zero or very little damage. So therefore, it's all about doing those debuff damage in order to kind of like get some nice kind of rotations of damage, which you're going to do right now. If I can get that Hulk in play, throw the Hulk. You can throw the Hulk. There he is. Look at him there, doing 1k, and that's like, oh great, measly damage. This again is where, like, and this SP2 is nice, but in a moment, and look at that chipping of damage, only 2k a time. You love to see it, love to see it. Now, here we go. This is the most important thing. First of all, go locked on, right? Hulk throws, first of all, oh, it's like, what the heck was that about? That was not very good damage. And it's very weird. I think as well, like, Assassin plays a factor into this, especially as we go. And you can see like the build up right here, you know, just good movements. That's great. Love when it happens. I've had some like terrible movements in certain content. But back to the most important stuff. Doing a bit of damage where I can. Maybe a choice kind of like not, maybe shouldn't have done that SP2, but doesn't matter. It is what it is. And it seems to be a very kind of like doable fight. Just going to build up a little bit, wait for him to do his SP1. Get away from that. Just chill out for a second, get locked on, because that's important as well. And then all of a sudden, I think to myself, okay, right, well, let's build up here. Throw my striker out. Boom for 8k. Boom with 19k. Yeah, that was surprising. Yes, that was very nice. And yes, I do be like seeing that amazing amount of damage. If anyone's interested why it did that amount of damage, it's basically, well, based on this. Falcon's scanning system in his goggles recalibrates each time the opponent triggers a passive evade, increasing Falcon's critical damage rating by 134.04 indefinitely. While Red Wing is active, any evade that the opponent fails to trigger will increase Falcon's critical damage rating by 134. So that, I believe, is what that particular Hulk striker benefited from when I threw the when I threw him out to do whatever damage he did, which was, as I said, very, very nice. In any case, that was week 3 of Strikers. I had a lot of fun this week, and hopefully the last week is equally fun as well. Make sure as well to check out some other content located on screen right now. More fun videos yet to come until the end of the week, so yeah, look out for that. Cheers everybody, support the channel, bye bye.